The room went silent. When Michael Moore publicly aimed another brutal attack at Donald Trump, people online instantly knew this was different from the usual political drama. For years, Moore built a career exposing powerful people through documentaries, speeches, and television appearances. But this time, many viewers felt he crossed into far more personal territory. Clips spread across social media within hours, and millions immediately started arguing about one question. Did Michael Moore finally go too far? And this is where the story exploded. According to media tracking reports from Pew Research, political content involving Donald Trump consistently generates some of the highest engagement numbers online in modern American history. Supporters defend him fiercely. Critics attack him just as fiercely. That creates a perfect storm for viral conflict. Michael Moore understood that better than almost anyone. For decades, he positioned himself as one of Trump's loudest critics. Long before many political commentators took Trump seriously, Moore warned that his influence could reshape American politics in ways people underestimated. At times, those warnings sounded impossible. Then some of them started coming true. But here's what nobody told you. This latest moment hit differently because Moore's words felt unusually direct and emotional. Instead of sounding like a normal political disagreement, the exchange felt personal. Almost like years of anger finally boiling over in public. And audiences immediately reacted. Some viewers praised Moore for saying what others were afraid to say. Others accused him of fueling division and disrespect. News clips, podcasts, and online commentators jumped into the fight almost instantly. The internet turned into a battlefield overnight. Researchers from MIT found that emotional political content spreads faster online than factual policy discussions because anger and fear trigger stronger reactions in the human brain. That explains why celebrity political feuds explode so quickly across social media platforms. And this next part changes everything. As the clips continued spreading, people began focusing on something unexpected: Trump's reaction. Supporters noticed subtle changes during interviews and public appearances. Critics claimed his response revealed frustration underneath the confidence he normally projected. That reaction became part of the story itself. For years, Trump built his image around strength, dominance, and fighting back harder than his critics. But this time, many viewers believed Michael Moore's comments struck a nerve in a very personal way. Whether that was true or not, the public could not stop watching. Most people already picked a side before hearing the full story. Some believed Moore exposed an uncomfortable truth. Others believed he attacked Trump unfairly for attention and publicity. Which side are you on? Do you think political critics help democracy, or do they just create more chaos? Comment below right now. Because what happened after Moore's comments spread online would turn this into something far bigger than one angry exchange between two famous men. And once Trump responded, the entire internet erupted. Long before most Americans believed Donald Trump could ever win the White House, Michael Moore was already sounding alarms. At the time, many people laughed at him. Moore built his career attacking powerful systems through documentaries like Fahrenheit 9/11 and public speeches that challenged political leaders from both parties. According to Box Office Mojo, his films earned millions worldwide while also making him one of the most controversial political voices in America. People either loved him or hated him. Very few stayed neutral. But when Trump entered politics, Moore's criticism became far more intense. He repeatedly warned audiences that Trump connected emotionally with frustrated Americans in ways political experts completely misunderstood. And this is where things get uncomfortable. In 2016, many television commentators dismissed Trump's campaign as entertainment. Moore did not. During interviews and public appearances, he argued that millions of angry voters felt ignored by Washington elites and saw Trump as someone willing to fight openly against the system. Months later, Trump won. That moment changed how many people viewed Michael Moore forever. Some supporters praised him for understanding the political mood better than experts on major news networks. Others accused him of using fear and outrage to grow his own fame. Either way, Moore suddenly looked harder to ignore. But here's what nobody told you. Michael Moore's relationship with Trump goes deeper than politics alone. Both men understand media attention better than most public figures in America. Both know controversy creates headlines. And both know emotional language spreads faster than calm discussion. That similarity makes their clashes explosive. Psychologists who study political behavior say people often become emotionally attached to public figures because those figures represent deeper fears, hopes, or frustrations inside society. In simple words, many Americans no longer see Trump or Moore as just people. They see symbols. And symbols create emotional wars. Over time, Moore continued attacking Trump through interviews, speeches, podcasts, and social media posts. Sometimes he warned about democracy. Sometimes he mocked Trump personally. Sometimes he predicted chaos if political divisions kept growing worse. Then came the latest comments that shocked the internet. And this next part changes everything. Unlike previous political arguments, this moment felt more emotional and personal than ever before. Moore's words sounded less like political analysis and more like frustration boiling over after years of conflict. That tone immediately grabbed attention online. News outlets replayed the clips non-stop. Social media exploded with reactions. Some viewers called Moore fearless. Others accused him of crossing a dangerous line during an already divided time in America. The country split again almost instantly. Researchers from Gallup report that political polarization in the United States has reached some of the highest levels recorded in modern history. That means public figures now trigger emotional reactions faster than ever before, especially when Trump becomes part of the conversation. And nobody understands that better than Michael Moore. This next part of the story, very few people know about it. Subscribe right now so you never miss the moments mainstream media tries to bury. Because behind the cameras and headlines, people close to Trump reportedly noticed something unusual about his reaction to Moore's latest attack. And when details about that response started surfacing, supporters and critics both became stunned. The real confrontation was only beginning. For years, Donald Trump built his public image around one simple idea: never look weak. No matter how intense the criticism became, Trump usually responded the same way. He attacked harder, louder, faster. That strategy helped him dominate headlines for nearly a decade and kept both supporters and critics constantly watching his every move. But this time felt different. After Michael Moore made his latest brutal comments, many people expected Trump to explode publicly within hours. Social media waited for a furious response. Political commentators predicted another headline war between the two men. Instead, something unexpected happened. Trump's reaction appeared more controlled than many people anticipated. According to political insiders and media discussions online, some people close to him reportedly noticed frustration behind the scenes that did not fully appear in public at first. That detail immediately fueled speculation. And this is where the story becomes deeply personal. Criticism from political opponents rarely surprises Trump anymore. He faced years of attacks from celebrities, journalists, comedians, and rival politicians. But Moore's comments reportedly hit differently because they touched emotional nerves connected to leadership, public image, and personal legacy. Those subjects matter deeply to Trump. Psychologists who study leadership personalities explain that highly image-driven public figures often react strongest when criticism threatens how they believe history will remember them. Public reputation becomes tied directly to identity. For people like Trump, that can feel deeply personal. But here's what nobody told you. Some political analysts believe Michael Moore understood exactly which emotional buttons he was pushing. Moore spent decades studying Trump's communication style, media habits, and emotional reactions. That knowledge may explain why his latest comments spread so quickly and triggered such intense public debate. The attack felt targeted. And this next part changes everything. As reporters and commentators continued discussing the situation, supporters began closely watching Trump's public appearances for signs of irritation or anger. Every facial expression became news. Every pause during speeches turned into online speculation. That is the strange reality of modern politics. Public figures no longer control their reactions alone. Millions of people now analyze every second of video footage searching for hidden meaning. According to Harvard researchers studying social media behavior, Audiences often project emotions onto public figures based on their own political beliefs. In other words, people see what they want to see. Trump supporters claimed he looked calm and unbothered. Critics argued his reaction showed visible frustration beneath the surface. The same clips created two completely different realities online. And the internet became even more divided. What happened next shocked everyone. As tensions grew, commentators from both political sides started turning the feud into something bigger than one argument. Some framed it as proof that America's political culture had become dangerously toxic. Others argued these public clashes simply reflected how angry and divided the country already was. That debate spread everywhere. Have you ever stayed calm outside while feeling furious inside? Most people have. Tell us how you handled it in the comments below. Because soon, the battle between Michael Moore and Donald Trump would explode far beyond one viral clip. And once millions of ordinary Americans joined the fight online, the situation transformed into one of the loudest political culture wars of the year. The next chapter would reveal how quickly the internet can turn disagreement into total chaos. That emotional distance may be the real story here. But here's what we didn't cover today, and trust me, it gets even darker. There are still hidden political feuds, celebrity confrontations, and behind-the-scenes media battles involving powerful public figures that most Americans never hear about. Watch our next video right now. The link is on your screen.